Hello and welcome. Today I'm going to talk about When a Stranger Calls. Now, this is a second sight release on Blu-ray it came out in 2018. Now, this film is from 1970. I want to say like 1978 perhaps, or it's late 70s anyway. I know it's after Black Christmas. But it's before all the stuff from the 80s that this film helped to inspire a lot of the slasher stuff that you see, and POVs and whatnot that you see in like Italian horror and whatnot, and American. Now, When a Stranger Calls is something that I'd never heard of up until maybe like in the last year. I didn't know. I mean, I saw it on store shelves when a stranger calls, but I didn't have any incentive to buy it. I didn't know how iconic it is, or any of that. I didn't know. I didn't really know. What I did know is what I recently found out from I'm not sure where, but this film partly inspired Wes Craven's Scream. The beginning of Scream, with like would you call it? You wouldn't call it a cold open, would you? But because it's integral to the plot. But like the whole thing with the intro of the Scream film was before the title card comes up. The phone call from Ghostface, teasing the potential victims and then trying to kill him and whatnot. It spawned from this film here, and it's there's such a creepy line uttered by the murderer, when he calls this babysitter who she's babysitting for like this couple, the children. She's babysitting one night, and like the telephone keeps ringing, and it's some creepy dude uttering these lines that really terrifies this young woman. And she's not silly, and it's not like a horror movie trope where like she does something really pathetic or stupid just to continue the horror film. But like so she calls the police, and she does everything right. Perhaps you might just like leg it. You might save yourself, but then the danger could be outside. And anyway, yeah, she's not totally a horror trope. Cliche, should I say? Um, and yeah, this is what people say. You'll hear it from other people. They say it's like a film of not just two halves, but it's a film of three thirds. There's the beginning bit that's like the first 20 minutes that everybody loves. You cannot complain about it. It's 5 stars, my opinion. Many other people's opinions. The way it like drives tension, terrifies the actors, terrifies people watching. And I could only especially in the 70s with no internet and feeling so claustrophobic, and being asked to check on the children, and then the police telling this woman the key vital information that makes is just insane to think about, especially for like a character in a situation. Yeah, so the first 20 minutes are amazing. Then the plot changes to more to totally different protagonist, another lady that's hounded by an antagonist, by a killer that's like really creepy. And there's a scene in a bar that sort of starts it all off, and then she's followed, and it gets increasingly worrisome for this lady because she can stand up for herself. And that's what, like, what's more worrying, because she doesn't. It feels like as a viewer, I'm like begging her to sort of like maybe just not be so. She's so confrontational and so sort of like confident in herself that she's putting herself in harm's way, because this she doesn't realize that this killer is capable of. And I really like it. People say it's like perhaps like a snooze fest. It doesn't really do anything with it, but I actually really like it. I like the whole tension. I like the whole following her around. I really like it. Well, I like the actors. That's the thing. I like the acting. When the acting is that good, I don't mind watching something that isn't full of you know um set pieces and whatnot. And you've got this fabulous actor. I'm not sure, is his name Charles Durning. People really like him. I'm not sure how much I've seen him in, but he does a fantastic job of being this. Like he gets hired as like a private investigator. He worked on the case with the babysitter, but now he's like sort of like got a bonnet in his back, where he wants to catch this guy because like the guy is, once you find out what he's done, he's a monster. So his portrayal was excellent at like trying to find this guy. Anyway, then you've got the final 20 minutes, and we switch plots again, and it's terrific because then other people that you might hear from say the last third is really good as well. Like it's like a bookended film, and they're right because the last third is really good as well because we're reunited with some characters and we follow up on something that was so hard to watch in the first 20 minutes, and we have to live through that again. And it gets even worse because we know that where the stakes are now. We know what this killer is capable of. We know the consequences from the good guys' action and the bad people's actions. And it leaves us on a beautiful note. It's got a terrific ending. So yeah, that's When a Stranger Calls. I recommend this film not just for the story, but for Scream fans and Wes Craven fans and horror fans and film fans who want to see where homages are paid. Where these original ideas spawn from. It's always great to have that knowledge and see where icons and legends were made, right? So yeah, that's When a Stranger Calls. Highly recommended. Thank you.